Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Teaching English on Dروس Mega Goal 3. Okay, now we are going to review the plan of today. First, we are going to review our previous lesson and just ask you some questions regarding your comprehension, your understanding for the previous lesson. Next, we are going to start our lesson, which is listening today. After that, we will ask some comprehensive questions to check if you can understand this listening or not. Then we will review some new vocabulary or just ask you about the previous lesson's vocabulary, and we will concentrate more on adjectives today, only 5 adjectives. Then we will introduce new 5 irregular verbs. Okay. Now, yesterday's lesson was about a conversation, and that conversation was between 2 generations, a granddaughter and a grandmother. Okay, and they were talking about something called acronyms. What are acronyms? If you can remember, acronyms and abbreviations are the words that are used. We are using the first letter of the word to abbreviate the meaning of the word, so that when you use acronyms, you become faster in typing and you convey your messages quickly. Now let's review some of these acronyms that you need to know and to use to make your typing faster. Like IDK, I think most of you know what IDK stands for. I don't know. Okay, IMO stands for in my opinion. Okay, and we will review many of these acronyms. You can check which one you like and which one you want to learn and to be able to use in your typing or in your texting. Okay, JK, just kidding. NVM, never mind. Okay, OMW, on my way. If you want to say on my way, you just type these 3 letters. IDC, I don't care. Okay, and so on. Okay, and now today we are still, as you know, that we are in Unit 1, connected by technology, and we are going to study activity number 5, which is a conversation between a father and his son. And we told you before that whenever you want to listen to a conversation or any kind of listening, you will need to gather as much information as possible to be able to understand the text or the audio easily. Because if you imagine where the speakers are and what the speaker is talking about, and if you also know what they are talking about from the information that are available, like a picture here can tell you something and can make your understanding to this conversation easier. Like here, this is a father and this is a son. What is the name of the son? Michael. Okay, now try to guess what they are talking about. What? Okay, what do you think the father is saying to his son? Okay, and then guess what the son is saying to his father. From the picture here, because the guy here, Michael, is holding a smartphone in his hand. So they might be talking about the cell phone, okay, or the smartphone. Okay, in what way they are talking about this phone, we will know when we listen to this conversation. And also, before you listen to the conversation, if you are testing like international tests, famous tests, if you are testing and you want to get a good mark, you need to read the questions. You need to read the questions before you start listening. Why? Because when you listen, you will be able to look for or to listen for specific details of specific information needed for the answers. Like here, we have 6 questions now. Let's review them and try to find out the answers during listening and to write the answers after listening. Now, question number 1. How many cell phone minutes does Michael think he has used this month? Okay, the minutes that Michael has used. How many minutes? You can find out when you listen. Okay, now how many minutes he has actually used? Okay, the actual minutes that he has used. Okay, and we will know the answer now. How much does it cost for 900 minutes? They mentioned that 900 minutes of using internet cost a specific amount of money. How much? Okay, we will find out when we listen now. Number 4, how much does each additional minute over the plan cost? If you want to add more over the plan, like adding more minutes, how much for 1 minute it costs? Okay. How much does Michael's bill add to his this month? Yani Michael exceeded the limit and he added to the plan more than the amount. How much? Okay, how much of that? You will find out also if you listen carefully and get the answer. The last question, number 6 here. How much of the bill does Michael's father suggest he pay? Okay, Michael's father wants Michael to pay for to share the bill and to pay with his father, and how much he will how much he's going to take part or to participate with him in paying for the bill, the internet bill. Okay, we will find out all these questions after listening. Okay, now let's listen and find out the answer, please.
Page 11. 5. Listen. Page 11. 5. Listening. Listen to a father talk to his son about using his cell phone. Write the numbers.
Michael, I want to talk with you.
About what, Dad?
How many minutes do you think you've used on your cell phone so far this month?
I don't know. Maybe 300?
Try 950. I checked our account. We pay $79 for 900 minutes. You've used up the whole family's minutes, and we're only halfway through the month.
No. Really?
Yes, really. And did you know that we pay 40 cents a minute for every minute over our plan? That adds up fast. The extra 50 minutes you have used so far will cost $20.
Wow. Sorry, Dad. I'll cut back on my calls.
Sorry isn't enough. You're 17 years old. You need to start contributing some money towards the cell phone bill.
Ah, Dad. How much?
Since there are 3 people in the family, I think you should pay a third of the bill. And if you use more minutes than we have in our plan, you'll have to pay the extra charges.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
What are you doing?
Calling my friend Tom. I have to tell him about this.
Okay, he still wants to call his friend and tell him about it. Okay, next. Let's answer these questions now. We mentioned before we listen and try to find out if we could get the answers or not. Now listen to father and talk to his son about using his cell phone. Write numbers. Number 1, how many cell phone minutes does Michael think he has used this month? Okay, how many minutes? He has used 300 minutes. Okay, but actually this is not the right number. He used more than that, maybe triple this number. Let's go to the question number 2. How many minutes has he actually used? Exactly how many minutes? He used 950 minutes. Okay, now let's try as usual to write the right answers in full sentences, because usually when you write comprehensive questions on reading and listening, you need to write full sentence. Okay, what do you need to write full sentence? You need to watch your writing, your vocabulary, grammar, spelling, handwriting, and your punctuation. So now the question says here, how many cell phone minutes does Michael think he has used this month? Okay, because we are talking about Michael, we say here he. Okay, let's use the red one. Okay, we say here, okay, he okay, sorry. Okay, we say he Okay, we are referring to Michael now. We say he as Michael. He thinks he has used 300. He has used, sorry for that, 300 minutes. Okay, and don't forget to put the full stop. There is not enough space. I'm sorry for that. Next, number 2. How many minutes has he actually used? Okay, he has actually used 950 minutes, and never forget the full stop. Okay. 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 Next question now. How much does it cost for 900 minutes? If you use 900 minutes in internet now, how much does it cost? It was mentioned 79, and this sign means dollar. Next question. How much does each additional minute over the plan cost? Here we say it costs 40 cents for a minute. Okay. Now, how much does Michael's bill add up to this month? He added more than 20, or exactly he added $20. Okay, and the last question here: how much of the bill does Michael's father suggest he pay? Because his father wants him to Michael to take part with him and to pay for the bill, and he suggested that he pays 1/3. 1/3 means third, because they are 3 members in the family, and he wants him to pay the third. Okay, and if we want to write full sentences here, we need to watch our writing also as before, and like the question here: how much does it cost for 900 minutes? We say here, okay, it costs $79. Okay, we start with a capital letter and we end the sentence with a full stop. Never forget that. How much does each additional minute over the plan cost? We can say here it costs 40 cents for a minute, and never forget the full stop also. Okay, because this is very important later on when you write a paragraph or when you write an essay. Okay, how much does Michael's bill add up to this month? We can say here we are referring to now who? To Michael, or Michael's bill. Okay, not he, sorry, because we're talking about Michael's bill. So we say here, okay, it adds up to $20 this month. Okay, and don't forget the full stop as well here. Now the last question, number 6 here: how much of the bill does Michael's father suggest he pays? We can say he suggests to pay 1/3. He suggests to pay 1/3 of the bill. Okay. Okay, so this is the conversation that we listen to now. You will not find it here in your book, but your listening is not like before, not like conversation available in text like this one.
Page 11.
But we show it here just to. Let's go to the vocabulary of today. Today we are going to have 5 words. Okay, these 5 words are only adjectives. adjectives معناها إيش؟ what؟ صفات. Okay. These 5 adjectives describe people. What kind of people? We'll give you the definitions now, and you will try to recall to find what these words are. Okay. Okay. Now, the first one is an adjective, as we said earlier. Okay, and the definition here describing a person. When you talk about a person, that he has an open, natural, and uninhibited manner. If he is open person, natural person, uninhibited manner person, we say him spontaneous. Spontaneous means عفوي. Okay. Now, how can we use it in a sentence? We can talk about when Luke talked about himself, he said, "I am very spontaneous." Okay. That was in lesson number 1, listen and discuss, if you can remember. Also, another adjective when you talk about somebody and you describe him as honest and frank. How can you say a person is honest and frank? You can talk about him, you say he is straightforward. Straightforward, that means he is honest and frank. And here is the word in a full sentence, I am very straightforward. Okay. And number 3 is an adjective also when you describe somebody as unable to stop thinking about something. Okay, or too interested in or worried about something. مهووس بشيء, that means he is obsessed. Okay, if you are obsessed if you use your mobile a lot, or if you use internet a lot, or if you use anything more than normal limits, that means you are obsessed. Okay, Luke is obsessed with technology. If you remember Luke, when we talked about him in the lesson of listen and discuss, we described Luke as obsessed of technology, or he described himself as obsessed. Okay. Another adjective here, when you describe somebody as having a relaxed style or of character. Okay, his character is relaxed, we call him laid back. Okay, when Luke talked about himself, he said, I am my approach to life is laid back. Okay, Luke's approach to life is laid back. Laid back means relaxed style of character. Okay. Also another adjective here, when you describe somebody as practical, okay, and friendly. Practical and friendly, we call him down to earth. If you remember Ahmed, the last one who was in the last passage in listen and discuss section, Ahmed was down to earth. He described himself as down to earth. Okay, he said, I will describe myself as down to earth. What down to earth means? It means practical, responsible, and friendly. Okay. And now we move to the last section of today, that is the irregular verb. Where are the irregular verbs? You can find them in 106. There are 55 verbs. Today we are going to view 5 verbs from swim to think, and we will learn how to use these verbs. We told you that the irregular verbs can be shown in 3 forms: present, past, and past participle. Now we are going to use it in 4 tenses. Okay, like now you see this word here, it means swim. So the action now is happening at the moment. We can describe it. We can say the boy is swimming. Okay, if he swims every day, we can say he swims every day. In the past, we can say swam, and in the past participle, we say swam. Look at the example. He swims every day. He swam yesterday, and he has swum. Okay. Now the verb take, what is the past of take? Talk. And what is the past participle? Taken. How can we use it in 3 sentences? We say he takes the key. In the past we say he took the key, and in the past participle we say he has taken the key. Here we talked about the present, and here we talk about the past, and here we talk about the past participle. Okay. And now this is a teacher, and the teacher at this moment, if you can describe this picture, you say he's teaching. So every day he teaches. Okay. Yesterday he taught, and the past participle of teach is taught as well. How can we use it in 3 sentences? he teaches every day, he taught yesterday, and if you use it in the past participle, that is in the present perfect, we say he has already taught. Okay, the next verb is tear. Okay, now look at the boy, he's tearing a sheet. Okay, yesterday in the past we say tore, he tore the sheet, and the past participle of tear is torn. How can we use it in 3 sentences? We say he tears a sheet. In the past we say he tore a sheet, and in the past participle we say he has torn a sheet. Okay, now the boy here is thinking about something. He is thinking. Okay, so the verb think, and the past is thought. Past participle is thought as well. How can we use think in the present? We say he thinks it is good about something. He thinks it's good. And in the past we say he thought it was good. Okay, and if the action has finished, we can say he has thought about it. Okay, he has thought about it. And that was the last slide of today. Thank you very much, and see you later inshallah. Goodbye.